Let's note. This is chat. So we should be live. Before I'm gonna post everything on social media, there's still a little bit I need to do. I need to keep that one open. And let me grab my... Still need to do the VTuber, don't worry about that. This one can be deleted as well. Copy text. Slowly posting everything on all the socials. Okay, that's Blue Sky. That's Kara. This one can be closed down. Okay, that was posted. That one is confirmation. Waiting for Facebook. Oh, Facebook is so slow. Let's do Instagram then first. Where is it again? There it is. Meanwhile, let's restart that. Is Facebook already done? No, it's not. Ay, Facebook is so slow. That's one of the Facebook pages. Meanwhile, back to Instagram to remove last post thingy. Now we can switch on Facebook. Sure, I could do this beforehand, but I used to do that. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't connect to whatever streaming these servers I was using. Mastodon has been posted. At least Facebook is done by now. Sneaky putting the close button on the other side. That's closed and done. YouTube I will open later again. Post it here. Are there any important messages? And that's all I can do afterwards. Or even tomorrow. That's something I need to read later on. Okay. So, all is in now. See who's entered the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Waving to you all. Now, let's start up the VTuber. All right, I still need to have a little bit of information. That is something I want to share with someone else, but not right now. I need a little bit of information. There's tutorials, advertisement at the side of the road, so it should be here. Oh, well, that's okay, well, I'm going to post a link in chat. And I will talk about it during the stream, so you don't have to check it out, run around. First gonna turn on some lights here. And then we're gonna start with the Vadels report. Okay, Vadels report. Still here. And he's probably going to have a couple of heavy days again because it's quite rainy and humid. And soon the sun will be shining again, which means it's going to be even more humid. And for those who missed it, Vadels the cat is terminally ill and has trouble with fluids around the heart and lungs. And he's on medication, which I completely forgot to give. I'm going to give his medication before I'm going to start recording. So there's going to be a little breaky. Yeah, he's doing fine. Medication is working, but he will not get better. And humidity makes things worse. So I'm going to give Vadels his medication. So let me first open a file or whatever. Ow. Today's not been a great day, so I will tell you all about it during the stream. But first, be right back. Giving a cat his medication. Should be about 5 minutes. And I'm back. Great. Lovely for the advertisement. Need to drink a little bit. It really doesn't take a lot of time, but you just have to do it. Okay, VTuber isn't recognizing it because the sun is right behind me, so you have Smiley Penny for now. Okay, the link I just posted is voting for the best library in the Netherlands. And my town's library has been nominated, so hence why I'm going to make a comic about it. And it's comic 900. 900. Title doesn't always have to be connected to the comic. Is it mooiste? Beste. Da-da-da. Okay, and accents will be done later. I'm gonna make a... Because this font doesn't have any accents in them, so you have to do that by hand. And it's indeed a very beautiful library. The only library I've been more impressed about is one in Amsterdam, or actually two in Amsterdam, because I've been in two different libraries, because that is immensely huge. If you thought our library was big, those are huge. But of course, voting Nieuwegein. Now, today was not the best day in my life, at least this year. Before I start drawing, I first want to read a little bit, and then I can start drawing. Of course, work. This work is okay. A couple of clients are being very attention sucking, draining all my energy. And in the afternoon, when I had a different shift, it wasn't any better. A lot of energy draining clients. But hey, that's part of the job. Tomorrow it's going to be a lot better, I hope anyway. At least I don't have to travel. And then went home. Train was delayed by 10 minutes. Okay, well, can happen. Can't change it. When I got at the train station, my connecting tram just fluttered away right in front of my eyes. So I was like, missed the tram, bummer. But when I was on the platform, another tram immediately followed by another tram. So I was like, I have a feeling I just missed a big disruption in the service and they're starting up again. But so that was a good thing. And then I got home, picked up our garbage container, brought it to the garden, walked right into a spider web. And of course it was climbing all over my dress. But okay, managed to get it off nicely. Then I decided to get some groceries, and of course they didn't have anything I wanted at the moment, but that was just me because I was frustrated. Got at the cash register. They had an issue with something for a client. I know what, but that's not important. So I was waiting patiently, and then an older lady came like, "Oh, can I please go first because I only have one thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're allowed to go first, but the cash register is kind of stuck at the moment, so not really that possible." And so she went to another cash register, and then she paid with coins. And like, yeah, this is a card only register. That's why I called out, anyone who can pay with card can come with me. Oh, and I was like, well, if you give me the money, I can pay for you. Oh, you're so kind. Keep the change, and kissed me on the cheek while I was like, ready or not, but okay, it already happened. And I was like, oh, miss, or actually ma'am, because she was an older lady. This isn't a Dutch coin. I don't know which country it's from, but this is not a Dutch coin or a euro actually. So oh dear, oh dear, this is all I have. And yeah, like, yeah, but this is still not the money. And then she was like, oh, and that was a mistake. I thought it was a euro. Yeah, then it still wouldn't have been enough. But she suddenly managed to find a bill, and I got her change for her. And she did want her change after all. So first I could keep the change when it was insufficient, and then I finally got the amount, and then I had to give the change. So sweet little Elena. Anyway, paid for her, got the bill. I didn't check if it was a real bill, but at least it felt real. And otherwise she's going to have €5 of fertilized ground. So have fun with that. And despite me having let go about 4 people by then, I still nicely get on the end of the line. And then of course a couple of barcodes didn't want to scan. Got it. Okay. Went outside. Decided to grab a milkshake for my love. I did get one sip, but I also had a pill, so technically it shouldn't mess up. You had it a few times. So Turkish and Bulgarian coins look similar to euros. This coin was a completely silver one, and it was a very weird size. Not a weird shape, weird size. So I think she did it on purpose. I actually do think she did it on purpose, hoping to get away with confusion and being a sweet elderly lady. So it didn't look like a euro at all. If anything, it was the size between a guilder and 50 cents euro. Completely silver, minimal decoration, head on the one side. Don't even know what kind of head. Couldn't find it out because she took it back. Oh, I haven't been on vacation for years. Anyway, so had to wait quite a while just to get a simple milkshake because it was rush hour. But hey, they can deal with it. And I was starting to feel hangry, worried, and just done with the day. Got home, finally got to eat, and when dinner was done, no relax time because here I am. So yeah, I'm a bit overloaded. At least my cat is fine. Yesterday was my wedding anniversary, and we're still together, so that's also nice. And now we're going to do comic number 900. Still have to share it with the others who are not on stream. Where is my snipping tool? There it is. I'm now married for 8 years, I think. Yes, 8 years. Kind of lost this screen. That's now over here. Shouldn't forget to put on start recording. So yeah, I'm a bit rushed, not really feeling it, just doing the best I can, and then have to draw the next episode for the audiobook. And I really don't know what to draw just yet. I also have to send a commission. That's nice, by the way. Had a commission. They approved it immediately. Also fun. And for those who've been here Sunday, I finally got my stand for recording with my phone for Instagram. I think it worked well. I'm not really sure because I haven't looked back on the recordings. And if I want to save the recordings, I only have low quality. And I'm starting to think it might be best if I start deleting very old videos. I mean, it's not really that important. Either that or I'm gonna get a new terabyte disk, which if you're streaming a lot, it just really fills up very quickly. And for those who follow the stream, yes, there's still gold paint on my hand. Not that much anymore. Mostly on the nails. And a little bit on my hand. I don't have my chat in screen. A €2 coin without any symbols is called a rondel. Okay, I will look into that later. First, I'm just going to create a lot of papers. I know it's a digital vote. This is just for funsies. As for editing, I only have 5 episodes left. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to edit tomorrow. Not today. But technically, I should be able to finish editing the story this week. Then probably maybe the extras next week. So I think I can order a test print next week. And I'm going to do that instead of recording. I mean, I have plenty of recording. I'm at recording episode 21. Pardon me. So I can skip 1 week. Usually I do an episode a week, which means that I might actually have time for recording an episode as well, but not really sure. I'm not going to count on it anyway. But yeah, if I record 2 episodes, a Dutch and an English version on one day, which is plenty for 3 weeks. I posted episode 11 last Friday English. Dutch is going to be this week. So I do have plenty of stock, and I'm still contemplating putting a 1 week break extra between chapter 1 and chapter 2. Partly because I have to look for new music for chapter 2 for the intro. We're also getting closer to a new country. And I want to, when they enter a new country, I want to give them music, fitting music, different music. Just so you have, I think the danger music is going to remain the same for now, because I don't have any music donated that could be considered dangerous. This one was just a slow music that's been even more slowed and pitched down a little bit, just to make it even more eerie sounding. So maybe I can do that again with another song, but right now I want to have the keep the danger. I just want a calm and happy tune. I want to change that for the country. So you know, hey, they're now in a different country. And technically, I don't even know when they reach the new country. It should be after they reach Kai. Kai should be somewhere at the top of his Madon. And Kai will come in chapter 2 anyway. So yeah, book 1 was never thought through. It was just written on a whim, and it was like, oh, I'm still writing it. Huh, that's a surprise. So that's why book 1 has some inconsistencies. I can still kind of explain things like, oh, but they went west for a moment and then they went east just to try and throw off their enemies. So I can spin around it. But just, I'm honest, I never thought it through. Currently I have 5 people watching, by the way. 4 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube. Oop, oop, that's my pen. So pretty much that's all the things I have to share. I know of a group who were wandering 40 years in the desert. Somehow I have a feeling that was some creative interpretation. Probably felt like 40 years. Maybe it was 40 nights, and then became 40 weeks, and then suddenly became 400 years or 40 years. What is he doing with the paper? Turning it into an airplane because Ethan is smart. Okay, sketch done. It's not the most interesting one, but it's in support of my library, my favorite library, the one that helped me host an event. Oh, managed to get away with that. I'm not sure if I already mentioned because I have a super short memory at the moment, but I'm also giving a special requested workshop Saturday. I'm really looking forward because apparently they really asked, well, they didn't ask for me personally, but they asked, do you have kind of like that? Yes, okay, we really want that. And let me ask you guys, how was the weather with you? Let me check how you hold the folder. Thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside. No, my library will not host another cosplay event this year, but they have asked me if we can talk again in the fall for another event. They now still have all the stuff for the tea ceremony, so they probably only need to get matcha and perhaps some tea if it's still if it's not good anymore. Actually, I take the bike to work as well. Haven't feeling a bit under the and also they predicted lightning yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, not going to risk lightning on the bike. And well, today was more like under the weather, not feeling it, and F it. Had I taken the bike, I would probably been home sooner. Let's finish her arm. And no, I said that I would do a comic about the bank card I found last week, but yeah, this fits better in what's going on right now. The bank card can be done if I really don't have any ideas what to do. Let's hydrate. Speak recognition. Okay, don't know what I ticked, but not what I intended. Yes, filler comic. That's indeed. It's a subject for a filler comic. So I do intend to cross stream this Sunday. Still mask painting. It's really not working today. I'm still stressed. I'm not relaxed. You can see that in my art. Now all those voting forms. To prevent cheating, you can only vote once per IP, which is fair. And I also said that if I finish book 6, I'm first going to take a tiny break before I start on book 7. And the tiny break will be sketching a couple new characters for the 3D printing. Because it's nice, and I'm coloring all these characters for the final year, but kind of have to do the ones before as well. At a giveaway cabinet, I found a comic of Jommeke, which is a very famous Belgian comic that's not very famous in the Netherlands. Netherlands is more Suske and Wiske. And while Jommeke is very well known, it isn't as famous as Suske and Wiske. I was number 48, the Silver Giraffe, in Flemish, of course. And, well, it was okay-ish enjoyable. It's, of course, one of the older Jommeke comics, because Jommeke is like ancient Belgium. Not sure if I would want to collect the series. I do appreciate it. But it's not like, wow, let me get the whole series. The artist was a very Catholic person. Well, didn't really have much obvious Catholic thing, but it was a bit tame. And probably a product of its time with the caricatures. And I know a lot of people will probably love the professor, but I thought it was kind of annoying that he confused words and often said the opposite things. Thumb should be on the other side. But yeah, I will probably pass this comic on. Maybe someone else will enjoy it way more than I do. Also today, when I just got home from groceries, we suddenly heard two cats fighting. And yeah, it sounded like they were fighting in our hallway. Turned out they were fighting right in front of our front door. So I tapped, bunked the door, like, guys, get out here! My cat is going crazy because of you guys. Which one took as a moment to escape, but the other noticed it and went after it, and then they continued in front of the house of the neighbors. So but what I did like about the comic of Yomuke is that the art was very consistent. Bit stiff, but I know, one of the earlier comics, so that was probably the reason. Latest comic number was 326. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, I know Yomuke has been around since I was young. Just never got really into it. For those who are wondering where the Ethan emoticons are, I only have place for 5, and I made sure that those are penny only. I think I know what's wrong with this face. It's just too adult, so let's put it down. There we go. I'll draw the paper on it later on. Just need to get the shape of the face first. Something I also wanted to show last Sunday, but it just didn't happen because of time, is that I now got color cards. This makes no sense. So now I can make combinations with card color combinations that I haven't thought about yet. And not waste paint. So I will probably show that on a later stream. I mean, it's not really that important at the moment. And there will probably be a stream like, what should I show now? Still not finished with cleaning up for the guests that are coming soon enough. But I still have a little bit of time for that. And I'm also still looking into a possibility of turning my books into ebooks. Because they are hefty beasts. And an ebook would be nice for traveling. I mean, especially if you go flying, then you can better save as much as possible. Of course, books are nice to hold. I mean, I prefer books, but I actually did save it on my old phone that, didn't explode, but it completely crashed. So I put all my books, just Word files, on my phone so I can read it along the way if I want to. Okay, and I will usually do something round, but now I'm going to do a book with Ethan. I wonder, I see an emoticon I think I created later. To which emoticons do you all guys have access right now? I'm a bit confused what you can and cannot use. Oh, that's cross-eyed. Still cross-eyed. I'm just going to start over. And on the top, that's better. Okay, so the 5 basic ones and the free extra ones. And I still have place for 2 more. So that means I can give 10 emoticons. Still don't know what the other 2 are going to be. Like I said, I don't want to stress. Just when I have inspiration. Also saw a video of the Wings Club reboot. And I know a lot of people are complaining, like, give us back the old stuff. The old stuff is good, and why change it? Well, that's the thing with the reboot. Things have to be changed, otherwise, it would have been a remake. So it's understandable that they change certain things. They also made the world smaller, like witches and fairies go to the same school. Thus far, not very much fan of all the designs. I mean, I know Bloom's outfit is a lot better, but her hair is like very different and fancy, and compared to that, her outfit is kind of meh. I really don't like Stella's redesign. It just doesn't match. Fairy Farm Musa is just strange with those tiny little braids. I do like Techna's redesign. Aisha, well, okay, so she's going to be called Aisha worldwide. Just doesn't really look like Aisha. I know her. I do like her braided style. It just she looks like a different character who just happens to have the same colors as previous Aisha, and is going to be all about sports and being perfect. So it's a bit stereotypical. And Flora, yeah, Flora really didn't change much design wise. New outfits, way more detailed, which is more suitable for 3D animation, of course. But yeah, I'm just not feeling it that much. Tricks are basically the same. They have a new bad guy who's an inspiration for many bad guys together. Um, so yeah, thus far I'm actually interested. Like, I think I'm gonna give it a chance. I still have to see the final 2 or 3 seasons of Wings Club original. It just got Monster of the Day, new new transformation. Just a bit milky, not very storytelling. Yeah, I also heard the last, at least the final season wasn't that great because of art style. I mean, that the art style was just, what are you trying to do? Who do you think is gonna like it? And everyone was aged down again. So it was a decision, and yeah. And their connection with Winx is still weird. Why are you calling it Winx? Winx is everything. Yeah, but you probably based it on wings before and made it sound fancy because of the butterfly logo in it. Just don't deny it. If you said like wings, just like wings, but then spelled differently and making it sound very cool, that would win a lot more than like Winx is everything. It's just who we are. That's just bad storytelling. Sorry. I know a lot of people will disagree with me. And everyone knows and sees they made this just to sound like witch and confuse parents. This was what you wanted, isn't it, dear? Stolen from Yahtzee. Don't worry. It wasn't me. Just stop denying it. Yeah, I did like Bloom a lot, but that was because red hat with blue. That's just my go-to design. Also saw in the trailer that there's that Daphne is going to appear as well. Poor girl got about 17 retcons. From first being a deceased sister, then being first she was a nymph, then she was a deceased sister, and then she was a cursed sister, and now she is just in the old story she is the crown princess of Domino slash Sparks. Depends on which iteration you're looking at. And I have a lot of Winx Club comics. I love it because of the colors and the designs, but the storytelling is not that great. I'm not even sure which is more plot holly. My first novels or Winx Club entire series. And I know that's a very bold thing to claim. But I think I only did a couple true retcons. I was also a member of Winx Club magazine until it suddenly stopped. I had it with both Winx Club and with Witch. Had a magazine. Oh, I also had it with the Pokemon fan book subscription, and then suddenly the subscription closed, and then I had to hunt for it in shops, and eventually it just stopped. Oh, bit too dark. And with which I got the English reprint because they promised they would do the entire series, and then they too stopped about 3 volumes before the end. So I still don't have the story complete in a language I can understand, but at least we got a lot further. And then they did the Witch reboot that actually got a second novel, the second book that I still need to get, despite it being in Italian. The ear is on a weird spot over here. Yeah, I agree with you. It's very stupid. And it had to do with licensing and expiring, and it was delayed because of Corona, and they wanted to pave the way for the reboot. And frankly, the reboot, I don't think it was as popular. They changed a lot of designs. Certain characters changed hair colors. Some characters changed complete designs. Some characters had their backstory changed completely. And just with there was another comic that was also tried to be a comic that hopefully it will become popular, and then we can have a lot of stories. Um, that too. It was made in Italy, and there was a brown shade over it. It all muddled together in a nice soft sepia tone. And the art is amazing, the colors are amazing, but it's just flat. Not that interesting because of that muddled brown. Very soft, but nothing stood out. Um, yeah, that's a bit too dark, isn't it? The new Shira. You mean the comic or the cartoon? Because I still have to see the cartoon. But from what I saw, it was quite bland design wise. And I know a lot of people would disagree with me. And the cartoon. Yeah, I can't really judge on that. All I saw was some fan art. I know quite some people who are big fans of it. And then it makes me wonder why they were big fans of it, because of the fan art they drew were all of non-canon couples. If you catch my drift. Same with Has Been Hotel. Quite a lot of people focus on the non-canon couples and then get upset if you say you prefer the canon couples because A, that's what the creator preferred. So that's a bit weird. And B, um, that means you are respecting the sexuality that the creator decided. And I know that's a very, very, very controversial thing to say. Respect the author's decisions. Sure, if you want to have your own head canons, fine, but don't get upset if someone says, yeah, I prefer the canon stories. Just like you want people to respect your choice, please do the same backwards. And that's all I'm going to say about it. That's all white. That needs to be done differently. Forgot to do on something on Ethan's shirt. There. Little airplane. I also have a great idea for a t-shirt. Something that's very easy to make. But I have yet to create it and then order it, of course. And I have a feeling only a few people are going to get it. That's why I probably won't order stock for it. I might do made to order. Because the company where I order my shirts can send directly to the client, which saves a lot of time and repackaging. But it's a very basic idea, and I'm most likely not the first who thought about it. It's just a fun idea I had. And my husband understood it right away, so at least one person is going to laugh about it. Also, it's a t-shirt that's also a design that's also very adaptable. Still need to do this, but I'll do that after this because I already selected everything. Yep, forgot a spot. Oh, wait, I want to make that one yellow because all the paper gets yellow shading. I'm probably gonna add something to make it keep in mind original. Right, I needed to do a little bit of the and no, I will not say what it's going to be, but it's going to be very unlike me. Yeah, wrong layer. Ah, why did I do that? Wrong dial. Well, at least I didn't undo that much. Right, I undid that. No. For the shading. Because I had some issues with my computer screen. It reset a lot of my things. I think I'm just going to return to this one. Also, I could make a mermaid penny for a t-shirt and then do that made to order. The only thing that's risky about made to order things is that I can't quality check it and I can't put anything extra in it because it goes straight from the printer. Otherwise, I need to ship it to me first, then need to reship it to the client, and that always costs money, more money, because shipment twice. Of course, I can do that, like give the client a choice. Either you get it directly from the printer, cheaper, or it goes quality check through me. And now, yeah, collecting at an event is possible, but it will have to be prepaid. And I know there are quite some people who don't like prepaying, but I'll be honest, um, I'm not going to order a t-shirt and then get stuck with it. I still have plenty of old t-shirts. Because which sizes do you get? So that's why if I'm going to do this, it's going to made to order. So that means also no refund unless there's something really wrong with it. For example, it arrived torn, or the size you ordered a size L and you got a size S, something like that. And the printer I use, the company isn't very expensive and gives good quality. So that's why I am willing to go that way if people are interested. But if I'm going to do this, I'm probably gonna do that in my vacation, which is after Fantasy Fest. And of course, there's Fantasy Expo in, well, pretty much around Amsterdam that I'm going to attend. Okay, balloons, text balloons. Right, this one isn't needed. And if I move the text, I have to keep in mind that I also need to move the accents. It was 4, not 5. Accents will return, don't worry. Okay. There we go. Text okay. Others text okay. And the others have it in their own way. Don't think this is gonna work. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Need to reset. Because of course. Memory full. And 900. Save. Great. Doesn't want to save. Why don't you want to save? Is there still memory stuck? It's probably the reason. Nope, nope, nope. Don't know where the... Just gonna restart it one more time. Should... That's the downside with having a very old program. Okay, it's now saved in the wrong folder, which is fine. There we go. It's having issues today, just like me. And now the text, of course, stopping the recording because text is not interesting. Besides, you don't have time to read it. Raining again. Yeah, I guess this is it. Not very interesting, so let me put it into screen. There we go. Okay, that's the weird. Meanwhile, I'll hydrate. Right, still need to do that. And moderators, feel free to nuke that spammer out of the chat. Okay, that's something, yeah, I'm going to do later. I'm going to see if I have something in here that's... No. I'm just going to grab something that's easier to work with. I think that is easier to work with. Doesn't matter which edition I get. No, that's not the one I'm needing. Probably can just reach it like this. Which art did I do last? I think I did 20 last. 19, 20, 21. I can't really... Oh, right, I wanted to do that. Yes! Something that does not happen in the story. But I still liked it. So I'm just going to do it. Where's my clip studio? And it's August, so I need to make a new folder. So remember, what I'm going to draw now is a little bit of creativity. Something that does not happen in the true story. But that's okay, because it's also about having fun. So just imagine that this happened behind the scenes and wasn't written completely. New layer, who this? And this is also the first drawing of Naraku in her outfit that Sushi made for her. Remember, I can't draw cats. I absolutely can't, but I'm gonna try anyway. I'm clicking something. That means I want to see something. Thank you very much. Okay, this actually looks okay. It's not very centered, but that's okay. I can change that later on. Ah, wrong one. I'm at 6 people, 5 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube. I all stream in the cross stream. If you have no means of supporting me, then please watch my videos on Twitch, maybe even once later, a rerun, because whenever Twitch plays a commercial, I get a tiny bit of coin for that. It's absolutely minuscule, but it's a way to support me. You don't even have to watch the stream. You can just put it on, walk away. Remember, Naraku is maturing. So she's getting more expressions. I think it might be a bit too... it's only slightly too, so maybe I can just nibble a little bit off. And this is also the first time I'm drawing the character named Stripes. And if you're like, okay, what's important about Stripes? The importance of Stripes, the cat, will be known in book 7. And it's only a moment, but if you know the story, you know it's an important moment. Still need to find the outfit Narako. And it's going to be tricky. I drew Narako about 262 times. Okay. So we're at the bottom. Now everything needs to load. There you go. In the chat. Post it. In ye olden art. That I can delete, so that's no longer important. You can rest assured that Stripes will Stripes. But I'll do that by hand. Vados, by the way, has learned more or less how to get my attention. He climbs to me, or climbs, he tries to stand upright against the chair. And he used to do that with nails, and half of the time he does it without nails. So that's improvement. And considering the time we've got with Vados and how long we've been trained, well, not really trained, but we're, as you know, we're living on borrowed time. And the fact that we can still train him or learn him new things, that's amazing. So he really surprising us. Okay, I'm going to, because I can't see you. There we go. Need my reference. I'll grow it later. Remember, my art needs to remain sketchy. And I am thinking maybe I'm going to make a combined uh, audio novel. Let's call it like that. 4 episodes per chapter, so that's per 25 episodes. Considering there's about, well, let's say 20, I don't think YouTube can handle that because it's about, let's say, 10 minutes an episode, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. So that might mean 250 minutes, which is, let's call it 3 hours plus. Could put that on YouTube and yeah. And we all know ways how to save videos from YouTube, so feel free to do that if you need to. If you do want to spread them around, please, please tell people where they can listen the rest. Or at least keep the copyright intact. But if you're like, I want to listen on it, but I don't want to be online all the time, we all know ways how to save YouTube films or videos or whatever's. That hand is way too small. It's a nice hand, but way too small. Okay, that's a bit too big. That's better. And you'll notice I give Naruku slightly longer hair than in the original art. Now finally reading the comments. You drew Penny more than 800 times. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And it can be a bit bigger. This episode's the first episode where Narako comes in contact with the concept pets and loving someone. She doesn't fully understand it yet, but it's the first time someone talks about it to her and explains it in a way that she can understand it. And remember, I like giving Narako a bit of rainbow hair. Still not sure what kind of cat stripes is going to be, but I'm thinking it's going to be grayish. Bit darker. Can barely see it. And I know people are like, don't ever use white. Well, I'm using white. I don't really like using the white. Just doesn't look good except on that piece. Maybe a bit more yellowish. That's better. White will be done later, but first first the eyes. Always love doing the eyes, so. That's a bit too much. Oh, this now looks like a very creepy laugh. That looks better. That's creepy again. Okay, this bar just needs to be stuck somewhere. I know some people find it very handy if they can move it around. I just want it stuck somewhere where I don't see it and don't need it. Unless I need it, then it needs to be there, you know? Bothers me. So just new layer. Makes it easier. Okay, that is Naraku done. So now we have stripes left. It's almost 11. Well, that's okay. And now the stripes, because I have no idea where the stripes are going to be. That's a bit much. And one dark ear. It's a bit too dark, so I'm going to make it slightly lighter. And also one dark toe. So what do we think of stripes in Araco? And now the famous background issues. I think this is going to be too big, but let's try it. I mean, if you don't try it. It's a bit too bright. Okay, I do like this. Not what I intended, but okay, I do like it. I mean, I scanned them. Let me just use them. Maybe a little bit less prominent background. Need something here, just something small. Okay, that's a lot of things for next time. Maybe something with a brush that I have. There's a lot of splats. Yeah, I think this is it. It's a bit low in screen, but there you go. It's very bright and cheerful. So this will be it for today. Like I said, I hope to start streaming again Sunday. So I'll be seeing you next time, whenever that may be. Bye bye.